Okay, so this is my Python final project. I made a fantasy football drafting application. It allows you to add teams, set the draft order, and finally draft players. So the first thing in the code is importing tkinter for the GUI. I'm importing CSV to read from a CSV file and write to one. And partial assists with deleting some buttons. So we have a first class here, which is making team. This class handles the graphical user interface for adding teams to the application. The second class here is draft ordering, and this will allow you to set the draft order for your teams. After that, we have the player CSV function, and that will just import players from a CSV file. And then you have the draft class. This is where the drafting takes place in the application. This is a rather large class. After that, we have the draft write function, which will export the draft into a CSV file. Okay, so now when you run the file, a tkinter box pops up asking for the owner's name. Let's use my name, an example for my team name. So I've bound the enter key to this first entry field. So when you enter something in, it jumps right to the team field. Once you hit enter on this field, it will put the owner and team into a dictionary to be used later. And it also jumps the cursor back up to the name entry field to add a new owner and team. So after you've added all the teams, it will bring you to this page where you can choose the draft order. Each button, besides the Done button, is a team you can choose. The first person that you click on will have the first draft, followed by the second person you click on, and so on and so forth. When you click a button, the button disappears, so you can't choose that team again. And here is the drafting screen. You can see the title at the top here, telling you to choose your player on this side with an entry field, the current team, and all the players you can draft from. If a player isn't entered in this list, you can just type whatever and draft them like that. You also may have noticed that this also doubles as a search bar. So say you really want to draft Tom Brady, but you don't want to look through these players. Just type in Tom, and you can see right there, he's at the top. You double click it, enter, and he's drafted to your team. You can also search by position just by typing the position in. So if I want to search for quarterbacks, it's QB. And you can see I have a list of all the QBs. And you can also search by team. Just type in the team's 3-letter identifier, and you can see I have all the Minnesota players. And we'll just draft Adam Thielen. And you can see here, Adam Thielen was added to the team. Also, as you're drafting players, they're getting removed from this list. So I'll draft Antonio Brown here, and you can see he is no longer listed. So I skipped ahead a bit just to show you what a filled out team looks like. You can see this one had a exceptionally good draft. Once you're done, you just close out, open up the folder where your Python file is saved, and you'll notice that you have a 2017 draft CSV. Double click that, and here you have the results from the draft stored in a nice format. That's it for this application. Thanks for watching.